Hi everyone, I just wanted to respond to our week 3 journal via video by talking about a couple things that stuck out to me that I thought were important from that week's lesson. The first part that stuck out to me was the section we were talking about with our low-attaining students and how as teachers we can help and what we need to do. And this stuck out to me because I too have students where I teach that are considered low, and I'm met with this dilemma daily. How do I make sure that the material that I teach allows them to be engaged and make sure that they understand the material? And the PowerPoint was talking about some specific things that I do focus on, which is the focus on the positives and not the negatives. I always say more encouragement and less discouragement, meaning that a student might be annoyed of being told that that's the wrong way to do it or that's the wrong answer. And constant failure in their minds doesn't encourage them to really put a lot of effort. And so, for example, in my math class, specific students have a lot of difficulty with geometry, but understand the algebra part. And to be able to connect both those sections while applying new geometry standards shows them to make more of an effort because they are more comfortable with the material. Their eyes have not failed as much as maybe other things. Another thing I wanted to talk about was how I'm able to relate the material to their culture. Oftentimes, to really get the students engaged, I'm able to connect the lesson to stuff they're entertained with. Uh, we connected it to the think, pair, share also, and how I connect my lesson to them and their culture is, for example, when I teach them markup or discount, I do an activity called in-class shopping, which allows all my students to really relate to it, whether I give them amount of money and they go and buy specific in-class materials and I apply a markup or a discount to it, and they have to see what the remaining money would be. Just also, I wanted to talk about just being able, with my specific lessons, I also really get the kids engaged through how I teach, whether it be a hook that allows them to prove that they understand the material, come up to the board, partner work, board work, and I also have projects that allow them to really express their interest in the material. Lastly, I wanted to talk about were the learning targets and how the learning targets need to accomplish the DOK 1 through 3. And I attempt to accomplish this every single day through a hook, which is the daily warm-up that they come in and solve. And then I apply that to the day's lesson. And then, of course, we do a lot of hands-on, which would be an in-class activity, which does take them from the applying what they do to the next stage of actually calculating and engaging themselves with the material, with the final goal of making sure that what this does allows them to be comfortable with the next part that we learn. That was pretty much it that I really felt that I got from that lesson. I think filming also is a different way for me, so I had to do a couple of takes to make sure that this worked out. But the different journaling also makes sure that I put a different effort into every single one because it requires different skills and stuff to perfect. So hopefully it all worked out, and I appreciate any comments that you guys have. Thank you.